14th August 2005, 9:20 a.m. A Boeing 737 was flying in the skies over Cyprus. The destination was Athens, Greece. Air traffic control tried to contact, no response. Tried again, silence. The Greek Air Force sent 2 F-16 fighter jets. When the pilots blew into the cabin, they were stunned. In the cockpit, both pilots lay unconscious in their chairs. Oxygen masks had fallen from their hands. In the passenger cabin, masks covered their faces. But people didn't stop. This wasn't a horror movie. This was a real flight. And there were 121 people on this flight, most of whom had already died, thousands of feet above the sky. Today we'll tell you what happened that day, why it happened, and who was responsible. Let's first tell you about the flight. Helios Airways, a budget airline from Cyprus. Flight HCY 522 departed Larnaca Airport for Athens this morning. The plane had 115 passengers and 6 crew members. Most were Greek Cypriot families. Some children were also on board. Captain Miros Gramenos, an experienced pilot. First Officer Pampos Karalambaos was also trained. Takeoff was normal. The weather was clear. There were no warnings. But just a few minutes after takeoff, a small mistake, a switch, became the cause of all the devastation. That switch was pressurization mode control. This switch has 3 modes: automatic, manual, and off. Maintenance checked the plane last night. They left the switch on manual. No one put it on automatic again, and the pilots missed this in the pre-flight checklist. Now let's understand what pressurization is and why it's necessary. We take off in the air at 35,000 feet. The outside air is so thin there that a person would lose consciousness within 2 to 3 minutes. That's why the plane's cabin is artificially pressurized. Normal air pressure is maintained inside. This system wasn't on during this flight. As the plane climbed higher, the cabin pressure dropped silently. No one noticed. No sound, no jerking. Just a gradual decrease in air. A warning light came on in the cockpit. Equipment cooling. The pilots noticed it. Misunderstood. They thought it was an air conditioning problem. They called Helios ground control. The ground staff said, "It's probably an air conditioning issue. Check it out." No one saw what the real issue was. At 20,000 feet, people were alert. At 25,000, their eyes started to get heavy. At 28,000, everyone fainted, both pilots and passengers. The plane was on autopilot. It was flying. Destination Athens, without a living human in control. Athens ATC discovered the flight was unresponsive. The Greek Air Force dispatched 2 F-16s. When they flew alongside the plane, they saw the first officer slumped in his seat. The captain's chair was empty. He had likely fallen back. In the passenger cabin, oxygen masks had been removed. People were in their seats, most likely not moving. But then, something startled the F-16 pilot. In the cockpit, a man was moving. It was Andreas Prodromou, a flight attendant. He had a pilot's license, a private pilot. He somehow remained conscious, probably using portable oxygen in the cabin. He was. He tried desperately to get into the cockpit. F-16 pilots saw him get into the captain's seat and try to control the plane. But the commercial Boeing 737 was no match for a private pilot. Fuel was running out. The engine stopped and the plane crashed into the mountains outside Athens. None of the 121 on board survived. Andreas' story is still remembered in aviation history. A man who didn't stop flying even with his eyes closed. The investigation revealed mistakes by 3 parties. 1. Maintenance team. They left the switch manual on the night before and did not write it down in the handover notes. 2. Pilots. Checking the pressurization switch was mandatory in the pre-flight checklist. They missed it, and when warnings came, they made the wrong diagnosis. Teen. Helios Airways management. Investigators found that the company's safety culture was weak. Training lacked a focus on pressurization emergencies. A similar warning had occurred on the same plane before, but no appropriate action was taken. Both Cyprus and Greece filed criminal cases. Helios Airways executives and maintenance staff were charged. The airline subsequently suspended operations. Turn it off. This tragedy changed aviation forever. Today, pressurization checklists are mandatory on airlines around the world, and not just one, but 2 separate pilots perform the checks. Cabin altitude warning systems were made mandatory. Now, if pressure drops, an automated alarm sounds immediately, alerting pilots to the exact problem. Helios 522 taught us that a small mistake in aviation, a single switch, can claim 121 lives. And it taught us something else, that some people end up dead. Andreas Prodromou knew he didn't have the strength for this plane to land, but he tried. Maybe he thought one chance, one moment, enough. Our prayers to the 121 people, their families who still remember that morning. This was Helios 522's Ghost Flight. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. We'll bring you even more shocking aviation mysteries in the next video.